This is why you want to go ahead and take that next available spot on your friend's team that has just got done showing this to you. Right here, this is your friend. When the way our compensation plan works is you can only go on the next available spot either on the left or on the right team. That's just how it works. Either you're going to be going on the left or right team. Let's just say that your friend is going to be putting you on the next available spot on the right team. On this, that means the next spot for you to go is going to be underneath Julie. When you go here on the team, the significance of it means is your friend, the next person that they tell, the next individual, they have to place them now on your team. Let's just say, for instance, the next person that they're going to talk to is a guy named Mark. Mark sees it, he loves it, he takes the next available spot. Mark now jumps in, he takes the next available spot, which is now on your team. What this means for you is everything that Mark does in his organization will always track back up to you. Let's say that your friend goes off and they tell another individual. Now that you have your spot locked in, again, the next available spot has to go after you, has to go after Mark. And let's just say that person that they're going to go off and tell is a guy named Roger. When Roger joins the business, the same thing is everything that he does in his organization will track up to you. Now this is how you can see it. Let's say Mark goes off, and let's say Mark, he goes off and he makes a total of 10 sales. 10 product sales join the business. Well, all 10 of these track up to Mark, and they also track up to you, to Julie, to Amy, up to your friend. But most important for you is because you locked your spot, not only do you have Mark on your team, but you have 10 more sales that are now on there. Let's say Roger is just one of those guys that he's a go-getter, and he goes off and he makes 20 sales. He brings in 20 people into the business. What this means for you is not only do you have Roger, but all 20 sales go up to Roger, up to Mark, up to you. That gives you another 20. Just to break it down in perspective for you, when you're in the company, you have that left team and that right team that we just talked about. Because you just took this spot, even though at this point you haven't made any product sales, you might not have even told anybody right now, but because you took that spot, not only do you have Mark and Roger on your team, which makes 2 people on your team, you have the 10 and the 20 they did here. That means already on one of your teams, you have 32 sales, and you haven't done anything for it. Now, if you remember the way our compensation plan works is whenever you have 3 product sales on your left, 3 product sales on your right, you're going to cycle and make $200. You already have 32 sales on one leg. That means just whenever 3 sales pop up on your left leg, you're going to cycle and do 200. You're going to do that all the way down to 32. But what's even more important, if you remember the way the residual income works, when you have 30 sales left, 30 sales right, you get residual. That means every month for the rest of your life on the 15th, you're going to get a percentage of everybody's monthly dues. Because of the work of your team, you already have 32. That means you're already halfway to residual income. When that means whenever 30 sales pop up on your left team somewhere, you're now at residual. Because of the way your team worked, just because you locked in that spot, these 32 sales, everybody that's paying their monthlies, you're going to get a percentage of it. These 32, they could grow into hundreds, they could grow into thousands. Now here's the loop side of it. If you go off and you decide, hey, I want to wait, I want to think about it, maybe for a day, maybe you want to think about it for a week, what happens then is your spot, you go away. And the next person that, when she told Mark takes that spot, then Roger, let's say that you thought about it, it's just tomorrow. Well, if those 2 people have already joined the company and you want to join, you can't go back in time and take your spot. She has to, or he has to, now put you on the next available spot on the team, which is here. Now, we're happy to have you. That's awesome that you've joined, but here's the heartache of it. Not only did you miss out on Mark and Roger on your team, but you also missed out on every sale that they've ever done. In this example, that would have meant 10 more sales here and 20 sales. You missed out on just 32 sales. But how many sales, if you have 32 people going off and they all want to get their business for free, telling at least 4, or all those 32 want to at least tell 6, so they make their money back and have a $200 profit, how many hundreds, if not thousands of sales do you think that you missed out on? That's why I will tell you, if you are 0.0001% in, you're in. Just lock your spot in. It's like getting that piece of real estate that you know every day is going to go up in value, and it will. Because even if you lock that spot in, and you're like, oh man, I don't have time to work it right now. I'm busy for the next week. I'm busy for the next month. That's fine. Just take that next piece of land, take that next piece of stock, because it's like Microsoft back in the 80s. It is going to grow with or without you. Lock your spot in. Guys, I hope this helps everybody. This is why if you like it and you're 0.001% in, you're in. Thank you.